Okay, so students, so in this video we will be discussing about the different criterias for proving the congruence of triangle. In the previous lecture we have discussed about that if the two triangles are given congruent, then how we will uh, show that which sides will be equal, which angles will be equal, which two sides will be corresponding sides, which two angles will be corresponding angles. In this video what we will be doing is that, so here we will be doing what we are given up with the some sides or some angles of the given triangles, and we have to prove whether the given two triangles are congruent or not. So for this we are having different congruence conditions, and we will be discussing about all those congruent conditions in this videos. Like, congruence of triangle can be proved by 5 congruence conditions, namely side angle side congruence condition, angle side angle condition, angle angle side, side side side, and lastly right angle hypotenuse side. Here S stands for side of the triangle, A stands for angle of the triangle, R stands for right angle of the triangle, H stands for hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay, so these are having their respective meanings. So now we are going to start one by one with the first congruence condition, that is side angle side congruence. I am writing in short, that is SAS congruence, but it means the side angle side congruence. So according to side angle side congruence, two triangles are said to be congruent if the two sides of the first triangle are equal to the two corresponding sides of the other triangle, and the included angle of the first triangle is equal to the included angle of the other triangle. Included angle means the angle between the two sides. Like, we are given up with two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle DEF, and if we are starting from vertex A, and here we are starting from vertex D, and we are moving from vertex A to vertex B like this, in this way, and here we are moving from D to E and E to F. So vertex A to vertex B, that is the line segment AB, if the line segment AB is given equal to line segment DE, line segment AB is given equal to line segment DE, and the angle, that is angle, this line segment AB is given equal to DE, and the angle ABC, that is this angle, is given equal to angle DEF. Angle ABC is given equal to angle DEF, and the side BC is given equal to the side EF. Side BC is given equal to side EF. So we say that two sides AB and BC of triangle ABC are equal to the two corresponding sides of DE and EF of triangle DEF, and the included angle of triangle ABC, that is angle ABC, is equal to the included angle DEF of triangle DEF. Included angle means, you can note here that the included angle is equal. Included angle means the angle between the two sides, which are two corresponding sides of the two triangles. So this is the included angle. So since it is the included angle and the two sides are equal, so we can say that by side angle side congruence we can say that triangle ABC is congruent with triangle DEF. Note over here, first we will write SAS congruence. One thing to note over here is that the corresponding vertex are matching. Vertex A is matching with corresponding vertex D, B matching with E, C matching with F. So this is SAS congruence. Now let us consider the same triangles, that is triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Okay, and we are saying the same thing, that is the side AB is equal to the side DE and the side BC is equal to side EF, but the angle, one angle is also equal, that is angle ACB. Angle ACB is equal to angle DFE. Now my question is, as in the previous example, two sides and one angle were equal. Angle side AB is equal to DE, BC equals to EF, angle ABC equals to DEF. Here also side AB is equal to DE, BC equals to EF, two sides are equal and one angle is also equal, but the angle which is equal is not the included angle. The angle which is equal is not the included angle, means this angle ACB is not lying between the two corresponding sides AB and BC. And similarly, angle DFE is not lying between the two corresponding sides, that is DE and EF. So, although the two sides and one angle is equal, but the angle which is equal is not the corresponding, is not the included angle. So, therefore, these two triangles, that is triangle ABC and triangle DEF, will not be congruent. And one more thing we can deduce from here, that if it this is side angle, so there is no such congruence condition as side angles. Okay, no SSA congruence condition or ASS. If we are moving from down to left, that angles considered first, or ASS congruence condition. Okay, there are only 5 criteria. I have told you in the beginning: side angle side, angle side angle, angle side, side, and right angle hypotenuse side. No criteria for side angle and angle side. I hope you have understood this. Okay, so the two triangles will be congruent if and only if in this case, according to SAS congruence, if the two triangles are having two sides equal and one angle equal, then they will be congruent only if the equal angle is the included angle. If it is not the included angle, then in that case this SAS criteria cannot be applied and these two triangles will not be congruent. Understood? Now we will be moving to the next criteria of congruence. So before moving to the next congruence condition, in short, in the this weekend, just for your understanding, I am drawing this thing, that is side angle side. Okay, side angle side, SAS. This is side angle side congruence condition. Understood? Just half symbolically I am just drawing कि two triangles are said to be congruent if the two sides are equal to the corresponding side of two triangles and the included angle is equal to the corresponding angle of the other triangle. Now the next criteria is angle side angle congruence. So angle side angle congruence will be somewhat like this. one angle, then side, then again another angle. So angle, side, angle congruence condition. Understood? So by angle, side, angle congruence condition, now angle, side, angle congruence state that two triangles are said to be congruent, that is triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle DEF if two of the angles of triangle ABC are equal to the two corresponding angles of triangle DEF, and the included side, that is the side between the two corresponding angles, will be equal to the included side of the other triangle. Let's see how. If we are taking two triangles as triangle ABC and triangle DEF, we are starting from vertex A in triangle ABC and vertex we are starting from vertex A and vertex D in the triangle DEF. So angle A, this angle, is equal to angle D. So angle A is equal to angle D. Then from A we are moving to the vertex B, suppose. Okay, we can move from vertex D to either side like DE, or we can also move to DF. Let's say we are moving to DF. So DF. So in this case AB, line segment AB is equal to DF, and the third thing is that from A to B, so the angle A is equal to angle D, line segment AB is equal to line segment DF, and if we look at from B, we are looking at angle B is equal to angle F. So angle B is equal to angle F. So from here we can say that by angle, side, angle congruence, the two triangles will be congruent, and here the side which is equal is the included side between the two corresponding angles. So with this we can say the statement can be written as triangle, since A, B and so angle ABC will be congruent to triangle DFE, since corresponding angles should match, corresponding vertices should match. Angle A is congruent to angle D, so vertex A will be corresponding to vertex D. Angle B is equal to angle F, so corresponding vertices will be B and F, and the third will be the same. So triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle DFE. This is angle, side, angle congruence. Angle, side, angle congruence. Two angles are equal and the included side is equal. Understood? Now again in the same example as we have given above, we have taken the same example, that is triangle ABC and triangle DEF, and in these two what is given to us is angle A as earlier is equal to angle D. So I have written here angle A is equal to angle D, and angle B is equal to angle angle B is equal to angle F. So angle B is equal to angle F. As earlier, two angles are equal. Angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle F, but now the included side is not equal. Here the included side was AB and here the included side was DF. The side which is between the two corresponding angles was AB, and here the side which is between the two corresponding angles was DF. Now what I am saying, that if now the third side which is the equal side is not the included side, if this is the third side, that is BC, and here the included side is FE, if BC is given equal to FE, now will the two triangles be congruent? Now the same question will be, you might think that they may not be congruent because the included side is not equal. In the above example, two angles were equal and the included side between them was equal. So by angle side angle congruence, these two triangles were congruent. By angle side angle congruence, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DFE. But here the two triangles we are having, two angles are equal and one side is equal. Same situation, but the difference is that in the above example the included side was equal, and in this example the side which is equal is not the included side. So will this two triangles be congruent with each other? Yes, they will be congruent with each other, but they will be congruent not with the property angle side angle, but with the another property that is known as angle angle side congruence. Okay, angle angle side congruence states that if we are having two angles equal and the side which is not the this side is equal and the two angles are equal, so it is angle angle side. So by angle angle side congruence, these two triangles will be equal. So I would write rather angle angle side. So by angle angle side congruence, we say that triangle ABC, again we have to see the corresponding vertices should match. So triangle ABC is congruent with triangle DFE, but not by angle side angle congruence. Instead they are congruent by angle angle side congruence. Hope you have understood. So this was the third congruence property. Now we move to the next one. Okay, the fourth property, that is side 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 congruence. Very simple property. It states that if the three sides of one triangle are equal to the three corresponding side of the other triangle, then the two triangles will be congruent with each other. Very simple property. Like here, if we are starting from vertex, let's say we are starting from vertex A, and here we are starting from vertex D. Okay, so AC and DE are equal. So given AC equals to D, and then from A to C we have moved to point C. Now we are looking at, let's say make it 5 centimeter. Okay, now if from C, then we will move from C to B. Okay, we are moving from vertex C to B. Now this CB, and we are moving from we have moved from A to C, then CB, and here we have moved from D to E, then from E to F, that is EF. So CB is say 4 centimeter and it is also 4 centimeter, and obviously the third side, that is from B to A, that is BA, let's say it is 3 centimeter, and from F to D, that is also 3 centimeter. So we say that the three sides of triangle ABC are equal to the three corresponding sides of triangle DEF. ACB is congruent with DEF. So we say that by side 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 congruence rule, triangle ACB is congruent with triangle DEF. We have to, again I am reminding you once again that we have to see that the corresponding vertices should match. SSS congruence. Okay, so here AC is equal to D, yes it is. CB equals to EF, yes it is. BA is equal to FD, yes it is. So it is proved by SSS congruence that triangle ACB is congruent with triangle DEF. Now you may also think that if in a two triangles, if three sides are equal, then three sides are equal to the three sides of the other corresponding angles. So what about if the three angles of one triangle are equal to three angles of the other triangle? Then will the two angles be congruent? The answer of this question will be no. Let's see how. If suppose we are taking two equilateral triangle. You know what is an equilateral triangle? An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the three angles are equal to 60 degree and all the three sides are equal. Okay, let's take this angle as ABC, and the other triangle is also is equilateral, that is DEF. So the angles of each triangle will be 60 degree each in ABC also and in case of DEF also, because both are equilateral triangles. But you can clearly see that triangle ABC is not congruent with triangle DEF. Okay, that is triangle ABC is not congruent with triangle DEF. So we can say that there is no such condition as angle in case of congruency. Okay, so earlier we have discussed that there is no such condition for angle side or side angle. Similarly, and the third one, angle is also not any congruence condition. There are only and only 5 congruence condition, out of which 4 of them we have studied. That is side, angle side, angle side angle side, and side. Now we are going to study about the last congruence condition, that is RHS congruence. So the last congruence condition is RHS congruence. In this it states that if in two right angle triangle the hypotenuse of one side and hypotenuse and one side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding hypotenuse and one side of the other triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Means like so first of all, if you are proving RHS congruence, the two triangles must be right angle triangle. Okay, so like here triangle ABC I have drawn, which is right angled at B, and triangle DFE I have drawn, which is right angled at F. Okay, so it is given that the angle B of triangle ABC is equal to angle F of triangle DFE, which is equal to 90 degrees, since they are right angle triangles. So one of the angle is 90, and it is given that ABC is right angle at B and DFE is right angle at F. Second thing is that the hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the side which is opposite to the 90 degree. So AC will be the hypotenuse, and in this triangle DE will be the hypotenuse. So we can say that if suppose we are moving from vertex B and we are moving to side C, then from vertex B we are moving to A, so it is AC, and from vertex F we are moving to D, then it is vertex DE. So AC is equal to DE, and this is the common hypotenuse, and the one side is equal, this is equal, and hypotenuse is equal, one angle is equal, that is 90 degree right angle, and the third side, any one side, other two legs from in a right angle triangle, one is the side which is opposite to 90 degree, that is called the hypotenuse, and the out of the other two side, one will be the base and one will be the perpendicular. So it can be any two sides. So let's say this, for example, if we are saying BC is also equal to EF, say BC equals to EF, then in this case we say that triangle ABC is congruent with triangle DFE. Triangle DFE. We have to make sure that the corresponding vertices should match. So this is RHS congruence condition. This is RHS congruence condition. So a triangle ABC is congruent with triangle DFE. You can also see from here angle B should match with angle F, or vertex B should match with vertex F. B is matching with vertex F, correct. AC should match with DE. AC is matching with DE. BC should match with EF. BC is matching with EF. So it is correct. So triangle ABC is congruent with triangle DFE by RHS congruence. So I hope you have understood all the congruence condition. And one more thing to note over here, that if there are two triangles, this is very important thing, if there are two triangles, then it is not necessary, and both the triangles are right angle triangles, so it is not necessary that their congruence is proved by RHS congruence only. Okay, this is very important point to be noted here, is that the two right triangle may not be always proved congruent by RHS congruence rule. Okay, many students does this mistake, then they see that we have to prove the congruency of two triangles and the two triangles are right angle triangles. They straight away apply RHS. Okay, so you have to check what is the given measures of the sides or angles. Accordingly you will apply. Maybe the two triangles are congruent by angle side, or by side angle side, or by angle side angle. Any other rule may also be applied. Okay, so it is not that always the two right angles are congruent by RHS congruence. They may be congruent, proved congruent by RHS congruence, or they may not be proved congruent if the one of the thing is missing out of these three things. So we will discuss about it when we will doing the questions of exercise, because we will do some questions in the exercise where we are having two right angle triangles and where we will not be proving by the RHS congruence. I hope all the congruence conditions are clear to you. Thank you so much, class. Once again, for the last time I am repeating, there are 5 congruence conditions, that is angle side angle, side angle side, angle side, side, and right angle hypotenuse side. But there is no such congruence condition as angle and angle side and side angle. Thank you so much, class. That's all.